have learned how to find inverse functions, but not all functions have inverse function. Please be reminded that a one-to-many relation is not a function. Let's look at the cases below. We have a one-to-one relation here. This is a function. One element in the domain is mapped to only one element in the codomain. When we reverse the direction of the arrows, we still have a one-to-one relation. So here, the inverse function exists. We have a many-to-one relation here. This is a function, because one element in the domain is mapped to only one element in the codomain. However, when we reverse the direction of the arrows, we found that we have a one-to-many relation. And a one-to-many relation is not a function. So in this case, the function does not have an inverse function. How about this one? This is still a function, because one element in the domain is mapped to only one element in the codomain. Now we reverse the direction of the arrows. Here we found that there is one element that is not mapped to anything. This is not a function. So in this case, we don't have an inverse function. Determine whether the function has an inverse function. In these ordered pairs, the ones in front are the objects, and the ones behind are the images. This is a many-to-one relation. 2 and 3 are mapped to 5. But when we inverse the function, we found that it is a one-to-many relation. 5 is mapped to 2 and 3. It is not a function. So an inverse function does not exist here. We can use a horizontal line to test whether inverse function exists. If all along there is only one intersection point, the function has an inverse function. For these cases, there are two or more intersections. This is a many-to-one relation, and this function do not have an inverse function. Determine whether the following function has an inverse function. If we sketch this function, we get this graph. We apply the horizontal line test. There are two intersections. So this function does not have an inverse function. So only a one-to-one function has an inverse function.